Ain't nothing peculiar about the way that I was raised, and my arm is on the way.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, not really, cause I gotta work. No. Alright, so welcome my unicorn warriors that I love so much. I thought we would do like a little, like a recap, is that what it is? And I know I've been slacking on doing my videos and stuff, and I'm sorry y'all. Life just be sneaking up on you, you know. And I finally got my mount fixed. I finally fixed it, so we'll see how long it holds up. So going back to the videos I did with about Jesus Jay. Okay, you see the CJ side and you see Jay's side. So you see both sides, but you don't see both sides like lined up together, right? So you just either see one side or the other. So I did that because I wanted to be able to see both sides side by side, compare, see all the sides. And the thing I didn't like, and I agree with CJ on this, is, and then, you know, I don't know if maybe he might have thought about this later, but I mean, like, if someone asks you about something, like, be real about it, you know? I mean, if you got to go fund me or whatever, so what, you know? Just don't tell somebody, oh, well, go read it. Like, no, like, I'm asking you about it because maybe I want to help, or, you know, maybe I know somebody that could help with that situation. So telling someone just to go read it, that's, I don't know, to me that just seemed like kind of rude, you know, because it's like, you know, yeah, you could have just came out and said, yeah, I gotta go fund me, you know, this, you know, we had some stuff going on with my house, and, you know, I'm trying to keep the house for us, for our kids, and this and that and the other, and I'm done and over with, you know what I mean? So simple, straight up, real. But I mean, it could have just been as simple as that. It's saying, yeah, you know, we had a situation or whatever with our house, you know, whatever, you know, done and over with. She could have been, you know, genuinely just wanting to know because, you know, maybe it was something she could help with or knew somebody could help with or something. But you come at somebody like that, like, just read it, like, yeah, I'd probably get a little smart back too, because I'm like, okay, well, I wouldn't even ask you if I didn't want to know, or if I wanted to know and I just wanted to go read it, I would have just went and read it. I mean, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? And then we know that CJ goes from like the very beginning of the protest when he's there all the way to the end to make sure that, you know, nothing's messed with, or, you know, can't nothing be said about this, that, or the other, or, you know, just, which I think is a great idea. Now, I have seen videos, I don't know where these videos came from or whatever, but it was Guru and a late, or I assume his girlfriend, wife, or I don't know the situation, but, and they were trash talking people. And, you know, that's supposed to be your community, but you trash talking people. And then you're setting up, there was like so much that, let's see, let me get my thought process together, y'all. But yeah, I've heard, and I mean, I'm sure, you know, maybe CJ said some things or whatever. I mean, I don't see everything that goes on, but I mean, at least CJ will say what he means, you know, and not just be like, hey, you know, hey, look over there, you know, like, da, da, da. Like, it seems to me like he's gonna say what he means and say it with his chest. And let's see. Oh, and then, all right, with the side by side, you see Jay's side, which is CJ standing there with his tripod and stuff, you know, and he's talking to Jay, and you see, and then on CJ's side, like, you see from the very beginning of when it starts, when Jay crosses the street and approaches the older lady and, you know, says those things to her, like, well, just go read it, you know. And which was kind of snooty, you know. I mean, that is snooty. It is. And then you go and approach and you're being aggressive. Yes, Jay was being aggressive for no reason. And CJ, like, I understand CJ's side, because CJ's like, you know, like, why are you telling her just to go read it when, you know, you could have just told her it was for your house. Like, you made something that wasn't a big deal into a big deal. And then that was kind of disrespectful to talk that way to that lady. Like you talking down to her, you know, and that's not cool. And then the girl comes across the street or wherever she came. I don't even know where she came from. And then she starts putting the camera in CJ's face. Okay, fine and dandy, but I mean, you are instigating a situation. And, you know, because I mean, you get too close to me, like I have a, and I'm sure a lot of you do, like you have like a personal space kind of issue, I guess. But we'll get more into that in a little while. So, like, I got CJ's side, so I'm a back CJ up on that. And it's not just because, like, I'm a fangirl or whatever. I mean, like, I don't think CJ was wrong in that situation. And I mean, dang, get my thought process. I be losing it, y'all. I gotta stay in the habit of talking, because I'm so used to not talking. The protesters over there by CJ are telling Jay to walk away. Like, just walk away. Like, just smash it, leave it alone, walk away. You don't have to stay over here. And then Jay's like, well, she approached me. And she's like, no. And then he's like, well, he approached me. No. They approached me. No. And as you can see from the side-by-side thing, it shows Jay walking across the street. Jay approached them. Big difference. Then the other side that you see where the camera shoved in CJ's face and, you know, people being rude and stuff. I mean, no. So you can sit there and say that CJ was trying to start something or whatever, but CJ seriously was over there minding his own business, talking about some internet stuff with some lady or whatever. Hold on. Alright, now I forget what I was at. But yeah, I mean, that was my whole point. It wasn't necessarily to like bash Jay or anyone really. I mean, it was just to pretty much put both sides into perspective, you know. And I mean, you make a small situation into a big situation, and I mean, kind of rude, if you ask me, on how he handled that lady. And yeah, I would have probably said something too, because that's me, and I pop off at the mouth. And you know, especially when it's something that, you know, like I feel is wrong, or is something that I'm passionate about, you know, like I will pop off at the mouth and stand up. But I mean, Jay was clearly over there lying, saying that he, she, they, whoever had approached him, when he clearly walked all the way across the street to them. And instead of walking away to de-escalate the situation, he stayed over there. He stayed over there and kept talking. The facts are in the video. Like, you can hear CJ conversating the whole time. Nothing even about Jay. He's talking about some Wi-Fi and, you know, this and that and the other, you know. Oh, and as far as like YouTube and, you know, people trying to shame him and stuff like that, and talking about these contribution call outs, you know, them contribution call outs is to show appreciation for people that support him and support the channel. And, you know, people put a lot of money and time into this art and this work and things, you know, and the things that he does. I mean, I wish I could get out there and help him. I mean, I would love to go out and help with the cases and, you know, do search and rescue missions and things like that. CJ is doing it. And yeah, so if he wants to, you know, do a contribution call out for somebody that's helping him do that, what's the problem with that? I mean, y'all are getting money from TikTok and, you know, all this stuff, but I mean, are you, you know, thanking everybody? And I mean, so, I mean, you can't bash one person for making some money for something that they're doing, and especially when they're going and putting the footwork in, you know. I mean, like, CJ is actually traveling. Like, he goes from Indiana to wherever. I mean, like, he's been out there looking for Sebastian, you know, all these other cases and stuff. And I mean, I don't know what planet that people live on where they think that gas is free, that, you know, people that do this kind of stuff, you know, like, it's free. And YouTube doesn't really pay, y'all. YouTube makes their money off the creators. YouTube makes their money off of the ads and everything else. So, I mean, we're like, say CJ, for instance, right? He's got close to 15,000 subscribers, right? Well, his lives, okay, let's do a comparison. So his lives, right? When he goes live, there are no ads, except for at the very beginning. You might catch an ad whenever you first click on the live. Now, throughout that live, while it's live, you don't catch any ads. You don't catch any ads in the chat. You don't catch any ads throughout. So he's not making money off of ads. And then the ads that he does get at the beginning of the commercial are these cheap ads. So he maybe get a penny, 2 cents from ad revenue from that live. And then say you buy a super sticker or a membership or something. Say that super sticker is $2. He is only going to get like maybe 60 cents or something from that super sticker. YouTube gets the rest. YouTube gets their cut, and their cut is a lot bigger than what the creators get. And I'll be right back again. Alright. So, people are knocking on CJ because he does contribution shout outs, because he appreciates his subscribers and he appreciates the people that put in to help, and you know, so that's a bad thing because he appreciates his people. I mean, how do you make that make sense? And I mean, and then Jay, which I guess Jay's gone live before, but I don't know. Because, I mean, like I said, I'm not really on TikTok. And if you see me following somebody I shouldn't be following, just let me know. Because when this case first came out, like anything Mike and Miller, like I would just follow. So, I never thought anything about following somebody would, you know, have someone question my integrity and stuff. I mean, I never knew that. So just let me know and I'll go unfollow. I know how to do it now. But I mean, people on TikTok make bank. They make money. Are y'all plastic TikTokers?
Drive north. Then, in 500 feet, turn left.
I mean, if we're gonna talk,
Drive
let's talk.
south. Then, in
But all
900
this
feet,
drama
turn
and
right.
bashing people has got to stop, because it's not a good look. And I mean, alright, and then the barricades. Let's talk about the barricades. Alright, the barricades might be up because of JP, whatever. But and I understand Jay at this moment too. Because like I said before, I I'll pop off at the mouth too, and don't think before I do sometimes. So I'm gonna give Jay the benefit of the doubt on this one. Doesn't make it right. It's just saying I understand. But Jay, okay, JP, Jay, whatever, was walking to the officer. Either way, they got too close together for comfort. JP being the man that he is, knowing that shouldn't anybody be in his personal space, especially with everything that's going on. And I mean, I wouldn't even get close enough to even, I don't know, to get a scent of him or something. I don't know, that sounds weird. But I mean, because of the circumstances of everything, like, I don't care if you live there, from there, whatever, like, just stay away from him. No contact, nothing, you know, like the, what's that thing, arm's length away, you know. But I mean, and if JP did almost hit somebody or whatever, yeah, and if it was one of my family members, yeah, I'd probably do what Jay did. I ain't gonna lie, I would have been heated, you know, especially if it's one of my, you know, well, I mean, anybody really, I would have been heated. But you have to learn self-control at the same time, and that is something I have learned. Like, I have learned to say, okay, well, this ain't the time or place, so I better just, you know, whatever. But I would have still said something.
Drive west, then turn right onto US 231.
But
Continue for 1 mile.
man, I got this GPS so jacked up. But I mean, Jay, he was way too close to JP. There y'all went. See what I mean? Like I said, he was way too close to JP to be, I mean, I would, and if I was JP, and the fact that I even have to defend JP, it's just crazy in my mind. But if I was JP, I would have shot them too. Like, dude, back up. Like, you in my breathing space, you know? So regardless, Jay should have been the bigger man and backed off and just waited for JP to do whatever, and then went to the officer or whatever, you know. I mean, like, de-escalation. Because what's being done is not helping. And also, too, I know for a fact,
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Woodland Drive.
and that was another thing I showed too, it's receipts on that, is that the protesters wanted CJ back. I blew CJ's phone up, texting and trying to get in contact
Turn right
with him
onto
any way I
Woodland Drive,
could.
Alabama 52.
Miss Ann was trying to get in contact with him too. And we actually gave him the head of, I'm not going to say names because I don't know how comfortable people are with names thrown and stuff. But we passed along that information for CJ, for him to call, to get up with the girl that was, you know, doing the protest. And I mean, like, some of these protesters were like in tears because of the stuff that was going on, and people feeling uncomfortable and not wanting to go, and, you know, this and that and the other. So yes, they wanted CJ there. That's a fact. And like I said, I backed that up too in the video. And I mean, I'm not saying anything to bash anybody or talk bad about, you know, anybody. I don't know Jay. I've spoken to him, not even like phone call or anything, like ear to ear or voice to voice or whatever. I have not spoken to him like that, but I have spoken to him like text and stuff. And I mean, I'm cool with everybody. I mean, I give you the same energy I get, you know. And even if you come at me sideways, I might let you slide, you know, once or twice. But I mean, I'm just not rude to people like that. You know, it's just not me.
In a quarter mile, Keep right to take
So-
Hartford Highway.
And not only that, I mean, at that time, even CJ wasn't even sure about Jay. And I even asked CJ, like, well, okay, because people were telling me, you know, you shouldn't be talking to Ree, or you shouldn't be following Ree, and this and that and the other. And, you know, people are thinking that, or like questioning your integrity and stuff because you're
Keep right to take Hartford Highway.
'Cause
Alabama
you're
52.
following Ree or whatever. And I'm like, well, how do you unfollow somebody? I mean, it's not even that big of a deal, for real. And it's not like me and Ree were besties or anything. I mean, me and Ree were talking mainly because of the whole JP interview that he had with Flo, and Flo had made us moderators. So me and her were like in contact for stuff like that. So, and I mean, I wasn't rude to her or nothing, you know. I mean, she didn't come at me sideways. And at that time, I didn't know no difference, you know. And
In a quarter mile, turn right onto South Todd Court.
but I mean, all this extra stuff has just got to stop. I mean, like, if you don't like somebody or whatever,
Turn
cool.
right onto
Don't
South
like them.
Todd Court.
Stay away from
Then
them.
100.
It's that easy.
601.
Like, I don't understand this putting a camera in somebody's face and then trying to set a narrative over there on TikTok or whatever, you know, and not even show the whole situation. Like, that don't make sense to me. Like, if you're gonna
Did you leave the order at their door?
tell a story, you tell
They
the
are
whole
following
story,
instructions.
you know.
Leave at my door.
Hold on. All right, I'm back. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over that. Let y'all know why I did the videos, and you know why I did what I did. And it wasn't. I mean, yeah, I was being funny. I mean, on some parts, you know, like South Park Jesus and stuff. What you do gotta admit, that does kind of match a little bit of Jay. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you out there trying to get people's names and information and stuff. Yeah, they gonna feel a certain kind of way, especially with some of the history that most of us ladies have. You know, I mean, y'all got to think about that. But I mean, Jay does need to tone it down, and he does seem to instigate some things. And I'm not, you know. I mean, I hate that saying it is what it is, but you know what I mean. All I'm saying is, I showed y'all side by side exactly what happened. And CJ's got the whole thing, whether you agree with CJ or whatever. CJ's got the whole thing from beginning to end on what happened. So you could go watch that if you want and know the whole story, and not just a little clip of when a girl or lady or whatever comes across with a camera and shoves in his face and makes it out to be something that it wasn't, because it wasn't that. So that's my thing. If you're gonna tell a story, you look at all sides and you examine and you get the truth. Kind of like with the fishermen, you know. I mean, I've had people in my comments say that I'm not, you know, for real justice for Micah. And I ain't gonna lie, that brought me to tears. That really hurt my feelings. And because I mean, to me it's like, okay, so because I want the truth, and if Johnny really didn't have anything to do with it, because actually I got an idea on what Johnny's part is, and I don't think it's what everybody's thinking, which I'll get into that too. But because I'm going out trying to find the truth and get information and ask questions that we ain't got answered yet, and get information that we ain't got, I mean, I don't know why that would make me not justice for Micah. And someone saying that I'm not justice for Micah is like saying I'm not justice for my mom. I'm not justice for other victims. So, I
Drive
took that one to
northwest on
heart.
US 231, Alabama
But
210.
I think we got
In
that
1
one
mile,
cleared
turn right
up.
onto West Main Street.
But yeah, that's my thing. I like to see all sides. I don't just like to, okay, your side of the story, okay, I'm gonna run with it. No. You tell me your side of the story. Alright. Let me go get this other side. Because there's always your side, his side, middle, and the truth. And that's what we want. Just keep it real. I remembered something I was going to say about the whole ads thing on YouTube and about CJ's like lives and stuff. And I don't think I'm talking bad about Robbie Harvey or nothing, but I mean it's a fact too. But like you go on like say you get on one of his lives, and this was something new too that I just noticed that YouTube started doing, which to me is more aggravating than just the ads during a live. But like Robbie Harvey, like with his subscribers too, because he's got like 100,000, I don't know how many now, but he's got a ton of subscribers. And then he's got whatever buku's over there on TikTok, and he's making bank on TikTok, which I'm not hating. Everybody's got to make their money. Cool. It's just what you do, you know, and how you do it. But like on Robbie's live videos, they now have not just the ads during the live where you have to like sit there and watch the ad, and it's a live show. Like, it's so aggravating. But now they have to where in the chat, like if you're in the chat or whatever, they have ads. And that's the only, you know what, come to think of it, he's the only one that I've seen that on. But there's ads that cover the chat and take up the whole chat, and you have to wait for that ad in the chat, so you can still watch the video, but you're just out of the like you can't chat. Which I don't know which one. I guess you can still listen while that one's going on, but so I don't know if that's something new that they're maybe trying out with some channels or what, but I mean he's making money on those ads too, so he's getting double the ad revenue, which I mean, like I said, ain't much. And I think he gets the better ads too as well, because the more subscribers and like things like that you get, yeah, you do get more money, like different brackets and stuff. And I mean, I still don't know exactly how everything works, but you know, like when you comment and like and stuff, I mean that helps a whole lot. And but yeah, that was my comparison I was going to do about with CJ's live, and forgot to throw it in there. But which like I said, I'm not knocking anybody for ad revenue. I mean, if YouTube's getting paid, why not go ahead and get your couple of pennies for it, you know? I mean, you are putting in work. I mean, some of these videos that are made, even like some of mine that I've made, and it wasn't even that long of a video, would take me a whole day of being hyper focused on it, or you know, a couple days, you know, because it's just the gathering of information and then putting the stuff together to where it makes sense. And you know, and then everybody's got their own style, you know, too, that they critique in there. And so I mean it is time consuming, and it is work, you know. I mean, so I mean, if somebody's getting paid to do something, I mean, you're gonna pay your cable, or you're gonna pay your internet, you're gonna pay this, that. I mean, so why not pay someone that's bringing, I guess, not just bringing you entertainment, but bringing you what you want to see. And you know, creators that do put in, you know, actual like boots on the ground and go out and help, and you know, do things for communities and stuff, you know. I mean, why not? You know, why not? And then they appreciate the help that they do get. So a contribution call out, I don't see how anybody can make that into a negative thing. because that's showing appreciation for the love and support that you're getting from your people. So, I mean, I don't understand how someone could turn that into a bad thing. Because it could be, you know, someone just getting all this stuff and then not even showing the viewers or anybody any mind. You know, like, oh, you know. You know what I mean? Like, am I making sense? I know I ramble on sometimes. My way downtown, walking fast, not really, cause I gotta work. No.